Hi everybody. I got super distracted and didn't push the start button on time. Anyway, pretty close. If you're brand new here, I'm Chris, one of the co-founders, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. Miriam will not be joining us today. She is getting her nails done. Anyway, like I said, if you're brand new here, Keto Chow is a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. I'm sure subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the little bell icon, that way you'll get notified when we go live. So thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey. And it's funny, I'm not getting any comments just yet, so let me make sure that it's all hooked up the way it's supposed to be. Oh, I didn't hook it up the way it's supposed to be. I did not hook it up the way it's supposed to be. So let's see. I'm going to, hold on a second. Here, you guys can watch. Let's see, so let me copy this. The problem is I did not, save that. I did not tell Restream to send the live stream that I'm doing right now to the correct place. So because of that, people who were in the old one, there we go, are not going to the right place. So I'm going to delete that one. Goodbye. This is awesome. Anyway, hi. That was fun. Anyway, so if you were in the old one, sorry about that. Now you're in the right one. Live streams. If something doesn't go wrong, it will go wrong. So anyway, welcome everybody. I wondered why nobody was in the making comments, and it's because I didn't hook Restream up to the right one. So yeah, so Miriam is not going to be joining us today. She's getting her nails done. But I'm here. Let's see who else is here. Let's see, Evelyn says hello. Patricia says happy Monday. Carmen is here. So is Victoria. Yeah, and this was set to be the Tuesday live. Yeah, that's awesome. Carmen says, we're here, yeah. Mimi says, my body loves salty. I sleep like a baby if I drink it after dinner. You wake up every 30 minutes and cry? Ooh. Anyway, Kathy says, good morning. Lady Lofsalot is here as well. Debbie says hello from Texas frozen tundra. Oh yeah, my understanding was that it got really cold in Texas overnight. We're set up for that here, but in Texas, yeah, not so much. Let's see, Evelyn says hi to Andy. Nancy is here, so is Melody Lofsalot, says, oh yeah, Rachel and Joe had to reboot their computer. Again, yeah, that's just how live streams go sometime. Let's see, Storm Chasing Gal is here, so is Debbie. Teresa is here from Kentucky. Speaking of Kentucky, I haven't even had a chance to take action on that yet. The official announcement for Keto Palooza has happened. It is going to be happening. I don't remember what dates. I've got the email, but I haven't. This morning has been a bit crazy, the least of which is Miriam's not here, and so I've been doing stuff on my own. And then, of course, not sending stuff to the right live stream. But yes, Keto Palooza is going to be happening. I'll be updating lowcarbevents.com today to get that up on there. But I suspect if you go to Keto Palooza, if you just Google it, you're going to find it. So that's Kentucky. Nancy says, good morning. Let's see, Mama Bear Lance says, I just ordered 3 bags of salty. Hungry Heath recommended the melon flavor, so I ordered that. And I love coconut, so I want to try that one. I can't remember the 3rd flavor. Well, my recommendation, not that one. Not that one. Where's the one that has all of them? Well, this is the one that has the 6, oh, that's awesome. This is the one that has the 6 fruity flavors. There's one that has all 9 flavors. My recommendation would be to start with that and see which ones you like the most, because some people like flavors that other people simply don't. That way you can try them out, but awesome. Let's see. Willie Lassell says, oh, is going to call Evelyn after the live stream. Donna says in Central Texas it's 16 degrees. That is colder than it is in Utah today. Gina is here. Yeah, how you doing this Martin Luther King birthday Monday? Is it his birthday? I thought we were just observing that, also known as Civil Rights Day. My kids have the day off. I don't have the day off, but the banks have the day off. Let's see. Mimi says, no, not those crying babies sleeping through the night. Let's see. Shari is here. So is Yvonne. Says, having hot water with caramel vibe to keep warm in the cold East Texas. My heater is struggling to keep up to 70, and it's 19 degrees outside. This weekend, so our water heater apparently died some time ago. We have a gas water heater and an electric water heater, and the gas water heater was mostly acting as, well, when it gets really cold in the winter, the electric water heater struggles to keep up. In the summertime, it's fine, but in the winter, it has a hard time. And so we had a gas water heater, and it would just kind of warm the water a little bit and also act as a 40-gallon emergency water tank. Not a bad idea. Well, the old one had died, so this weekend I replaced the water heater. And it's nice because now I can have 5 people take a shower in a row, and it's fine. Anyway, Mike's here. Mama Barrelnet says, I'm south of Houston. It's currently 29. Ooh, and with freezing rain. We don't know what to do with that. Yeah, no salt trucks, very dangerous driving. Stay home if you can. Marianne is here from chilly Jacksonville. Evelyn says, loving the salty, especially for my kids. Not too salty. And my daughter says it helps her stomach feel better. And again, it's funny how some people are like, yeah, this is the perfect amount of saltiness. And other people are like, nah, that is way too salty. It's like, okay, add more water, but. Kathy says, it's colder here in Wichita Falls than Anchorage, Alaska. Oh, man. Debbie says, dressed in the layers, heat on, drinking hot coffee, negative numbers, and even more negative wind chill. My daughter, Haley, sent a picture today of, she's in kind of the Alberta or Edmonton area. And she says, negative 40 be like, and you can see her eyelashes are covered. It's a really funny mask, I think. I think she should have a smiling one instead of a bored bear one. But yeah, she's like, oh, my eyelashes. Okay, Molly Lafsalat says it's October 11th through 13th. Nice. Joanna's here. Yep, Keto Palooza. We're looking forward to it. Dennis says, good morning to the Miriam-less Chris. I love going into the deepest nerd. Yeah. And I got some nerd stuff for today. Anyway, Lynette's here. Tom says, I went to Dallas last week to meet the new grandson. We left on Saturday to escape the cold blast and get back to Orlando to warm weather. The blood is too thin for cold weather. Summer Chasing Gal says it's 6 in Tulsa. Ooh. Kathy says, I didn't know there was a coconut. No, there's not. Some people think, I think it was Heath and Shelley remarked that they think that the melon tastes like coconut. I personally don't think so, but some people, hey, what they think is, it's entirely their thing. That's fine. Francesca is here from South Carolina. Nice. See, Patty says, I just placed my first salty order this morning. Awesome. I hope you love it. Sharon is here. Good morning, Sharon. Madeline says, love all the flavors of salty, especially the Coco Loco and Caramel Vibe hot with a little heavy cream. Amazing hot cocoa. On Sunday, Miriam made some Coco Loco, put it into her Stanley mug, and then left it in my car when we were at church. And we were driving home, and she's like, do you want some hot Coco Loco? I'm like, okay. So she handed it to me, took a sip, and I could feel it going down my throat into my stomach. And I was like, ooh. It was quite enjoyable to have a hot Coco Loco driving home. Let's see, Platte River Keo says, morning, friends from frozen western Nebraska. What was it? Yeah, negative 28. Ugh. Wow. Cynthia is here. Linda says, good morning, all. Synergy is here from Lakeland, Florida on lunch break. Nice. I am going to go make my breakfast as soon as we're done. I've got a Ninja Creamy in the freezer that I'm going to spin up. Because we moved part of our team from the space that we were in, which is above the Keto Chow storefront, over to the space above where the shipping operation for Keto Chow is. So that's where the creative team and the marketing team is at. And the Ninja Creamy is still over here by customer service and by the storefront. So if you want to make a Ninja Creamy, you have to walk all the way over here. It's like 200 yards or something, or actually it's more like 50 yards, but anyway, 200 meters, 50 meters, whatever. Let's see, June says, snow in Maryland for the first time in years, keeping warm with a mug of sausage pumpkin spice. Ooh, that's so good. Carol, yeah, Billings, Montana, it's -14. Suzanne says, so many people I know have had to replace their water heaters over the past month. Funny, I went on Lowe's, I ordered a water heater. We were going to go see a movie around noon, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna order this now and then have them get it ready for pickup. So I put in the order at 9:04 a.m. And at 9:14 a.m., I got a notification that it was ready for pickup. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, do they just have a couple of these sitting ready to go? I think they might. But it actually wasn't terrible to replace. Yeah, I've never replaced a water heater by myself, but the thing I was most concerned about was getting the gas line hooked back up, and it was no problem at all. Although the old water heater is currently sitting in the area where it used to live, slowly dripping because it was starting to leak, and the insulation had gotten water in it, and so it was dripping gross, rusty water all over the place. I'm like, I'm just going to let that sit here and think about what it's done. So in a day or two, I will have 2 or 3 of my children help me carry it upstairs. But for now, it's just sitting there dripping. Yvonne says, melon reminds me of cream soda, and it's great. Nice. Janice is here. Shauna says, good morning, Chris, and yep, no Miriam. Sharon says, melon so far is my favorite. Nice. I really like the Booyah Berry. I've got one of those right here. Let's see, Deborah says, I love all the flavors. The caramel I've had to get used to, but it's good. Marvin here's from East Texas. Great, made some homemade bone broth. Wow. See, Lynette says, I ordered Coco Loco, melon, and mango. Nice. Sean says, it's not freezing, but certainly cold in California. Mostly it just makes me hurt. Oh, yeah. If you've got, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and I'm like, man, I should have got the extended warranty. He's like, do they offer that? I'm like, well, it only lasts until you're about 50, and then the extended warranty expires anyway. And he's like, oh, okay. Mike says 1 billion nanometers so far, right? Let's see, Keto in the Mist says, so far, Booyah Berry is my favorite flavor of salty. Made cookies and cream Keto Chow fluff last night. And Deborah really likes tomato basil for chilly weather. There you go. Maria is here. Hi, Maria. The first person I ever met, whose name was Maria, by the way, and I'm sure you're tired of the, I just met a girl named Maria. I actually wasn't familiar with that movie when I met a girl named Maria, but I do remember her phone number because it was 2561024, which, if you've done stuff with computers, are very memorable numbers. They're powers of 2. One's 2 to the 8th and one is 2 to the 10th, I think it is. Yeah. Never going to forget that number. Anyway. Risa says, yeah, you're back. Yes, we are. Let's see, Mike says, hopefully you installed it with seismic straps. I did. There's even an expansion valve. And it's turned down to the lowest setting because, again, the entire purpose of this water heater is to slightly warm the water and serve as an emergency backup. So, yeah, it does have the emergency straps. And where we live, if you Okay. There's a thing called a sacrificial anode rod in your water heater. It's a giant bar of metal. It's usually made out of either magnesium or a zinc alloy or an aluminum alloy. If you have a water softener and the anode, and the whole purpose of the anode is the stuff in your water attacks that instead of rusting out your tank. So it's a sacrificial anode. It's designed to be eaten away, and then you have to replace it every however many years, 2, 3, 10, whatever. If you've got a water softener and your anode is made out of aluminum, it will sometimes get eaten away in a matter of months instead of years, and it will turn into this white powder, which comes through as a white paste, and it will clog up your water softener, and it will be terrible. If you have a water softener, what you have to get is a magnesium anode. Okay, following with me so far? We have a water softener. I installed it because we have really, really hard water. It's the equivalent of 3 to 5 extra strength Tums per liter or quart of water. Like, it's a lot. Anyway, really hard water, and it replaces, the water softener replaces the calcium with salt, with sodium. Neither here nor there. Anyway, so getting a new water heater, that meant I needed to get a new magnesium anode rod, or I could get a powered anode, which just hooks up to a little teeny wall wart, and it uses a couple millivolts of electricity and just a couple of watts. Doesn't use up very much at all, but it's an anode you never have to replace, and they're warranted for 20 years. So that wasn't available when I installed the water heater on Saturday. It arrived yesterday, so I'm going to install it today. Because my experience is if I try to install stuff like that on a Sunday, it will blow up in my face and I will end up injuring myself. Anyway, so water heater talk. Anyway, let's see. Sonia says, good morning. Remember last week I said I never get snow in North Alabama. We got snow. I live a few miles from the Tennessee state line. Nice. Predicted accumulation in our area is 3 to 6 inches. They don't have the infrastructure for that. Let's see. Shauna says, right, no extended warranty. Roxanne is here. Hi, Roxanne. Risa says, I gave an endless summer salty another try, and it's better than I thought. It has to be 16 ounces of water. Interesting. Let's see. Mike says, so far I like the chocolate and caramel one's the best. I made the gummies using orange and also with raspberry. At first I thought the gummies were too salty, but they're growing on me. Nice. Let's see. Robin says, I had to replace my water heater. $600. Yeah, that's about what mine cost. Dennis wants to know, have I been to Sam's Club for the creamy yet? No. I told Miriam there was a pallet of them. I can confirm that they are available through January 22nd. I've thought about buying one for here, a second one for here, because the one that we have every once in a while, if the stuff is frozen too solid, it will stop, and then you have to dig the blade out, which is a pain. So I just microwave them for 30 seconds every time before I run a creamy right now, and that seems to be fine. Because I'd rather have a backup one than have it die, but we're still moving in over there, and I haven't gotten buy-off on whether or not we can have the terribly loud creamy over there in the new space. We're all kind of close together, all of the team, and so loud stuff is no bueno. Yeah, Maria says West Side Story. Sean says, time to zone out, science class. See, Cynthia says, love the random thoughts, and Maria's phone number now, like Jenny's, yep, 866-5309, right? That's a little old for me because I'm a little younger than that, but let's see, Jules says, when will you be announcing new Keto Chow flavors? We announce Keto Chow flavors when they are ready to ship. We've found that if we announce stuff ahead of time, then the unfortunate stuff that always happens will happen, and it will not be available. We actually have a product that we haven't announced yet, and Miriam's going to be like, shut up, that was supposed to be available on Black Friday that is not yet available, and we're really glad that we didn't announce it then. And at some point we're going to get it, and then we will announce it. But until then, we're not going to announce it. So we announce Keto Chow flavors when they're available. And if we had a flavor and it's sold out, we won't say anything about it until we get it back in stock, because we don't want to drum up excitement for something when you can't get it. Instead, we'll wait until we have it available, ready to ship. Kind of like with Salty. We didn't announce Salty until the day that it was ready to go, which was December 27th. Sonny says, for us, that's a big snow. Yeah, we don't have the snow removal equipment for this area, so everything shuts down. Mike says, last time I replaced my water heater, I installed it, and it did not work. Turns out they built it with a faulty thermocouple. Really? I had to wait for a week for one to arrive. Cold showers are not fun. No, they're not. At that point, I would have asked for a replacement. Anyway, Susanna says, how far out are we being from being able to buy chocolate malt, vanilla cream, and birthday cake? Last two I haven't been able to try yet. The chocolate malt is the bomb. So if and when we decide to bring those back, you will know the day that they are available and they're ready to go. But we don't announce stuff ahead of time. Again, I like to under-promise and over-deliver. I also like to be deliberately evasive, which means a lot of times I don't give you a good answer until it's time to go. Let's see, Debbie says, got to make some fluff later today to get me through the week. Evelyn says, you were part of our Sunday school lesson. Quoted the letter you gave Carl when winning the Peppermint Keto Chow giveaway. Really? Okay. We sang in church on Sunday. We sang Nearer My God to Thee. It was kind of interesting. It was supposed to be me singing the tenor part, but our daughter, who was going to sing the melody, the soprano part, her voice was not working. She actually stayed home sick. So instead, I sang the melody, and our son Sam sang the tenor part. Not very loudly, but it worked out okay. We'll see, Robin says I had to replace my water heater. Home Depot, average one is $600. Installation company, $1,000 for 1 hour work. Left a watery mess for the 70-year-old disabled. Well, that's terrible. Well, this is Suzanne, I'm with you on chocolate malt. I agree. This is the last chocolate malt that I have, and it's right here, and I'm kind of sad. I really like chocolate malt, so don't worry, I'm campaigning for you, but I'm not going to say if or when it's going to be available. Let's see, Maria says, cute song. There you go. Shauna says, so far my favorite salties are mango, melon, and berry. Purple Oven Nana says, I'm taking the salty packets with me on a trip, so I get to retry all the flavors again and see if I have a favorite. Nice. Kathy wants butterscotch. Tom says, Steve from Serious Keto suggested something is coming. Yeah, but that something has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Mike says, thanks for starting a rumor of new products soon, Chris. I won't tell Miriam. Oh, and Shauna says, yeah, check your garage. I found birthday cake, vanilla cream, and strawberry cream. I actually found a packet of vanilla cream on Saturday. And I was like, but to do these in the blender, I need 3. I can't do anything with this. Also found, Shauna also found packets of pecan sticky bun, maple waffle, and caramel macchiato. Gary says, I was wondering about the live. It says video. Yeah, I sent video data to the wrong destination. So anyway, here now, and so is Radical Geek. Mama Bear Lynette, let's see, saying hi. Shauna says, the Bears. Current day Von Tropps. Let's see, Suzanne says, yeah, I agree as well. Love the chocolate malt. Thanks to chocolate malt was quite popular. Lots of people want it back. I have heard that. Also the butterscotch. Reese says, I want butterscotch chocolate malt back in stock. I have 1 packet of birthday cake left. Boo-hoo. Radical Geek says, don't need the chocolate malt, butterscotch, and birthday cake, though. Wants those. Okay, so here's my nerd moment for the day. So in our new space, one of the issues, first world problems that we're dealing with is there are 2 bathrooms and quite a few people. I think we have 11 people in that area. And there have been a couple times when I got up to go to the bathroom and both of them were occupied. And I was like, ugh, that sucks. And then one of the employees said, you know what we should have is some, like they have on airplanes where it shows you if the door is locked. I'm like, I wonder if I could do that. Well, I have been playing around with a thing called Home Assistant. Home Assistant it's a program that you run on a little computer, and it basically can bring in all of the smart home stuff that you may have. Like it can bring in Google Home, it can bring in smart lights, my alarm panel can talk to it. There's a lot of different stuff that works with Home Assistant, and it's local, so you don't have to go out to the cloud and back, but there are a lot of things that work with the cloud, different like smart lights and whatnot. Again, super nerdy. That it will work with Home Assistant. Anyway, cool stuff, and you can automate stuff. For instance, I have it set up that it looks at the calendar of one of our conference rooms. And if a meeting is coming up, 3 minutes before the meeting starts, it turns on the lights, turns on the TV so that people can just pull it up. And I'm trying to figure out some additional automations to do. Super geeky stuff again. Anyway, so the automation that I created, I got these presence detectors. They're these little teeny round things that use millimeter wave to detect if a person is in the room. Even if they're sitting there reading their phone, breathing, it detects that there's something in the room, because just regular motion sensors don't work if you're just sitting on the toilet looking at your phone. Okay, too much information. But so this presence thing, it detects if someone is in the room. And when it does that, I have some lights that can change colors. So if it detects that someone's in one of the bathrooms, it turns the light red. And as soon as it no longer detects presence, it turns that light yellow for 3 minutes. And then it turns it green for 10 minutes, and then it turns it off. So the takeaway is I have these 2 lights, and right now they're just super sketchy, mounted on like bare wire screw-in light sockets. It's version 1 of this, or version 0.9. But yeah, someone walks into the bathroom, closes the door, the light turns red. And then they come out, the light turns yellow, and then a couple minutes later it turns green, and then it turns off. So you know if the bathrooms are occupied. Anyway, it was interesting and technically challenging to set up, so it was quite enjoyable. I did some of that on Friday, but I didn't get it finished until this morning when I was listening to the 2 Crazy Ketos. Radical Geek says, I'm making Keto Chow pumpkin sausage soup today, though I thought about filming it, but I'm too cold and kind of a cranky bear. Let's see, Carrie says it's 25 in Texas. Wow. Let's see, Radical Geek says, I just put a Google Nest in each bathroom, broadcast bathroom 1. Hey, hurry up in there. That's funny. Reese says, got to go. Okay. I have to get in my exercise before I leave for work. Nice. Nellie says it's 12 in Arkansas. Lynette says, the computer stuff sounds great for you, but I would probably end up screwing it up and blowing up my house. I'm definitely not a computer guru. That's okay. Well, we all have stuff that we do it's interesting to us, and it's enjoyable. And for me, setting up automation stuff like that is technically challenging, and I enjoy the challenge. So Shauna says that's kind of creepy. Well, here's the thing. It's really cool because it just tells you that the bathroom is unoccupied, or you've got a 3-minute cooling down period. And it was requested by the people, so there you go. Allison wants to know, is the Keto Chow storefront open today? Yes, it is. It's also open tomorrow, which is only relevant where I live because our kids' school is closed today and tomorrow because Friday was the end of the quarter and they are doing grade transmittal. So there's no school tomorrow either. Kathy wants to know, has anyone made Nisha's cornbread? I made keto chili yesterday and I had the cornbread with it. It was so good. I have made it and it was fantastic. Debbie says I'm up to -5 here in Wisconsin. Wow. -13 in Wisconsin. And Mimi says it's snowing in the DMV area. The Department of Motor Vehicles? Maria says, love the light idea for the bathroom. And it was, if I didn't have all the other stuff set up, like if I didn't already have the automation stuff ready to go, it would have been a lot more expensive and it would have been a lot more work. But as it stood, all I needed to get was the lights and the motion sensors. Well, they're not motion sensors, they're presence sensors. And it'll be fun to set up. We need to buy a light socket or a light, what's it called? A thing that you put lights into. A light fixture, there you go. We need to get a light fixture to put on the wall so that it looks like it's meant to be there, because right now it's literally, you know those round ceramic bases that you screw a light bulb into? There are 2 of those sitting on the counter with a wire going to a plug. Like, it is super sketchy, but it works. Cynthia says the 3-minute stink yellow should be based on how long the person was in the bathroom. I actually have considered doing that to make it a variable timer, and I think I could do it. That'll be like version 3, that it counts how long it was occupied for and makes it be the same duration. And I agree with you. I think that would be a good feature. Mike says, I'm hoping for good weather during the February meetup because I do not have tire chains. Yeah, and if you're going to be driving from Las Vegas to Utah, you're going to have to go past Cedar City. For some reason, in the winters, that area is always, every time I go through, it's always snowy. You know, you just get behind a plow and just coast along slowly. Anyway, well, this is nerd. What if it's a ghost and no one's in the bathroom? Well, then it does. So in my tests, it's been fairly consistent. I had to tweak it this morning because the presence sensor can actually detect how far away something is, and it was detecting the wall as someone being in there. So I had to basically figure out how many centimeters away the wall was and say, okay, and about 15 centimeters short of that is detection range. Because there you go. Sean says, don't make people check in the loo. There you go. Allison says, our water heater went out Friday night. Oh, on Saturday we had the added fine of the repairman asking the parts store to open up the parts store for 100 days. Like, oh man, that's terrible. Kim says you need an old stoplight. Well, and the nice thing about these, each light goes red, yellow, green in and of itself. So each light is monitoring a room. We've got another bathroom downstairs, so I'm thinking of putting one in there as well, so that you can just, if both of them are occupied, you can run down the stairs, and then putting the same light system down there so that they know, hey, if this one's occupied, I can just go upstairs. Adam is here from California, and Lynette says, I spent 4 months in Cedar City, Utah in the summer of 1997. I worked in the costume department for the Utah Shakespearean Festival. It was a lovely little city, very charming. I've only been to Cedar, I have stopped at Cedar City to get gas a bunch of times, and my son Sam was doing a science Olympiad in Cedar City last year. And that's actually the first time I've spent more than about 20 minutes in Cedar City. And it was a nice little town. Okay. Oh, Mimi says the Washington metropolitan area. Okay. DMV. All right. Well, I think I'm about out of nerdy stuff to talk about, and Miriam's not here to rein me in. So anyway, we will be doing our live stream tomorrow night at our regular time. Next Monday, what's going on next Monday? There was something going on that Miriam was like, do I need to do the live stream without you? I don't remember what it was. Now I'm going to have to check my calendar. Hold on just a second. The 21st. Nothing going on. Well, maybe it was on the 22nd. Or the 29th. Oh, that's what it is. On the 29th. This is way far away. We're going to be on our way back home from Metabolic Health Summit in Tampa, Florida. Anyway, okay, Roxanne says, Chris, Joe, quick ice cream recipe calls for cream. Can I use butter or ghee? Probably. If you're talking about the one that uses a blender, I think that works with butter or ghee. I'm not sure. Let's see. Rolina says, have a fabulous week, everyone. Some Chis and Gals says, thanks for a great live. And yeah, with that, I am out. See y'all tomorrow. Miriam will actually be here. So, bye, everybody.